Alright, what's up YouTube? It's the Stefano Turtle here, and today I am coming at you guys with my updated Lightsworn Dinosaur deck profile for the not January, we are in March / April format. So, yeah, of course, 60 card build as always, and we're just going to get into it. On for our Dino Engine, first off, 3 of the boss monster, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This is just obvious, and note, this deck is for fun. It can be semi-competitive, but I think the main deck you'd want to go against with this is probably Guard Dragon Thunder Dragons, because you could probably set their board face down and then just end them with this card. But that's mainly because they don't play hand traps that often, but you do have to play through a copy of what is it? What's its face? Red Eyes, not Red Eyes, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. But once you can push through that, pop a card in hand, set all their cards, attack all of them, and just attack with another monster. That's game. Next up, still 2 Overtext Coatulus. This really hasn't changed much, because it's just a free searcher and a spell negate. With the Stratos part, we have the 3 Ultimate Soul-Eating Oviraptor. This is for fun, and a pretty cool, it's got some interactions that are pretty interesting, and yeah, pretty fun deck. Pretty fun card, pretty fun deck, why not? Along with this, we can play 1 Giant Rex. Giant Rex, of course, banished off of Evo Pill, get it back, go into something like Lagia, which, I will show combos with this on Saturday, but, as of right now, this is just the deck profile. I haven't uploaded in a week, and, I've been testing with this, and also been doing a lot of live streams on Twitch. It's why I haven't been too active on YouTube. So, I'll leave a link in the description to my Twitch. Feel free to follow it, and you'll be updated when I do live streams. There is also, under what the description is, what you can donate or subscribe for. Subscribe, you get any song request of your choice, and a deck destruction challenge, which is what I'm calling it, where you give me a deck list and I try it, take out certain cards that, or I try it, I take out cards, put some in, and I see what's the way I would play it. So yeah, that's what that is essentially. And then it's also $2. Oh, you also get a duel me with me using the deck destruction challenge deck, so you know what to side against. And yeah. Anyways, next, the 1 Miscellaneousaurus and Aeolo to round off our Dino Engine. And on for our Lightsworns, we have we're going with all the boss monsters first, and that includes the Chaos boss monsters, the big beat sticks essentially. So we've got our 3 JD and 1 Punishment Dragon. These aren't, this one's not that old, but JD is old enough to where you just know that it's a board wipe. And Punishment Dragon's just the recursion card. So yeah, that's what you play those ratios of. If Fairy Tale Snow was back at the was still around, I think I would probably play my second Judgment or Punishment Dragon, but it's not, so I can't. Next, we've got 1 BLS. This is just because I have 1. I would definitely play more if I had it, but I only have 1, and these are like $12 at cheapest, so yeah. BLS is pretty expensive. Next, we've got an Orbital Hydralander. This is just early game tech that you can play. The 1 Destrudo. Again, I only have 1 of these. I gave the other 2 to my friend Angel, and it's because he was building a Lightsworn deck as well. So yeah, felt to be nice, give him those, and he has them now. And we're also playing a copy of Dark Arm Dragon for that nice little niche attack that can pop cards. Now onto the actual Lightsworns. We've got our 3 Grandma Killers. Wolf. Sorry. I really enjoy calling this card Grandma Killer just because it's a throwback to Little Red Riding Hood. And why not? It's pretty funny to say sometimes, just see the opponent's reactions on stuff like Dueling Book. Anyways, next we have 2 copies of Felis Lightsworn Archer. This card's not that good at 3 in this build because you're not trying to spam as much, but you can, of course. This build essentially take control of the board and destroy your opponent, which is why we play 2, because her second effect's what you're really trying to get off here, which is pop, mill 3, and let's say you mill into another Felis off of that, you can pop another monster and mill 3 again. And this Lightsworns always have that luck sack dynamic to them, so yeah. Also, which I finally got a 3rd BLLR version of this, and that is Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn. That's right. Of course, playing triple Raiden. He's the main Rhoda target for this deck. However, we are playing one more, and that is Jane, Twilight Sworn General. Really good card that can weaken your opponent's monsters. So yeah, I don't have any reason that I don't play it. And we brought this card back from the grave, Lila, Twilight Sworn Enchantress. Being honest, I was running out of text to play, and this card can pop a back row, which can be pretty useful if someone's playing Floodgate, like there can only be one, or Goes in Match, or Rivalry of Warlords. Being able to pop that card by banishing a Lightsworn, and it also allows you to set up your banish zone for stuff like Punishment Dragon. So yeah. Next, we've got our 3 copies of Lumina. This card's, of course, what I always call it, the main combo extender for Lightsworns. Really good, and there's not really much for reason you don't play it. Oh yeah, and if you're curious as to why this one has more text than this is pre-errata, and this is just rewrited text, essentially. It's still just it's still not even a hard one to return, so yeah. Next, we got the 1 Eclipse Wyvern. This is just to help thin out the deck a bit. We got our baby Chaos Dragons, 2 of each. Just so, well, this deck's pretty fair amount of lights and darks. And I feel this helps counteract that as well. And for the last cards, the only hand traps I was able to get my hand on were 2 DD Crow. And yeah, I know it's not the best hand trap, but it is a fairly decent one. It can stop some of your opponent's key plays, like let's say they're playing Crusadia Guard Dragon and they try and bring out the Pisty, and you let that happen, but then they try and use the effect to get out the red MD back from the grave. You can just pitch this, banish it, and that shuts down the rest of their play, shuts down the end of their turn, essentially. That's what it does. Or it makes it the end of their turn. So, yeah. Anyways, onto the spells. We've got our 1 March of the Dark Brigade. This card's just to help set up your Banished again, of course, for the Punishment Dragon. And it also lets you recur one of your Banished Lightsworns. So, yeah, I play 1 of it. Along with that, I play the 2 Solar Recharge. This is just for draw, of course. And 3 Charge of the Light Brigade. Again, consistency card. You need to play 3 in a Lightsworn build anyway, because it helps you search out your cards faster. Then we've got 2 Double Evolution Pill. This helps turbo out Ultimate Conductor, or the copies of Overtext faster. And yeah, I know I should be playing this at 3. I don't have a 3rd. I traded it off a while back. So I need to get a 3rd one. And next we have 3 copies of Fossil Dig. Your Dino Rhoda, of course. Pretty good card. Next, we've got our one Ring Cup Magic Astral Force. Being honest, if I had the outer entity Narla, or Time Thief Redoer, I would probably play one of those with this and Azathoth, so I could take out the Utopia engine I play, because the Zexal lock isn't too useful here, and it's a bit harder to bring out. So yeah, we've got one Reasoning and one Rhoda here as well. These are consistency cards, along with one Pot of Desires. And that last Lightsworn deck replay I showed y'all, I was playing two. Being honest, you don't need to, and that build's a bit more competitive, so you do want to dig through your deck more. So that's what this card essentially helps you do. I'm also playing one Card Destruction, and note, this is the OG print of it when it first came out in Starter Deck Yugi. Actually, no, I think this one was Starter Deck Pegasus. Let's see. No, it's Starter Deck Yugi. This came out in the first Starter Deck and was it's still pretty powerful card, so yeah. We've also got our one Monster Reborn, really old as well. One Monster Gate, again, it's a consistency card along with our Foolish Burial. And for the two traps of the deck, we do play two Lightsworn traps because these can be niche in either situation. We've got the one Lightsworn Judgment. This card is specifically to mill and add a Judgment Dragon to hand, and it helps thin out your deck. And we've got Twilight Eraser. This can either banish two cards, or you can mill it and summon a Lightsworn from your hand, essentially unbricking it. So it's pretty niche in both of those situations. And we're going on to the extra. And note, this does not have a side deck. I don't have the cards to build a side deck for it. We've got Too Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. This card is pretty powerful. And yeah, there's a reason it's being played in most meta decks as of lately. So yeah. This is just one of the versions of a Link monster being used in the correct archetype. But next, for the rest, we have one Space Insulator and one Underclock Taker. So that's it for our Link monsters. Onto the XZs, we're playing two copies of Minerva. This, of course, is one of the main cards you want to go into with your opening combos. And it's really good all around, so yeah. That's why we've got two of it. We've got one Utopic Zexal and Utopia. Again, this is pretty hard to make, so if I can get Time Thief Redoer, I will take this out and add in Azathoth and Redoer instead. So yeah, for right now, this is what we're going with, but extra deck is subject to change. We've got one Bujin Te Tsukuyomi. This is again to just get rid of a hand and dig deeper into the deck. I've also got Abyss Dweller. This I found comes in really handy against Salamangrates. However, they can go into it against you as well, so that is something really unfortunate going second. But decks like Salamangrate, stuff like Lunalights even, they all lose to this card because a lot of them have effects that activate in-grave that are necessary for their win cons. And even Dangers can lose to this, essentially. So, yeah. For our last XZ, we have one Levianeer, or Leviair. Not Levianeer, I don't have that card. For our last XZ, we have one Leviair, the Sea Dragon. This is just for a few more combo extensions, essentially. For our Synchros, we've got one Trishula. If I find it a better card I can play, I will probably take this out. I am trying to build that Lightsworn deck I made in the last video. If you'll want to help me with it, there will be a email address below, which is my personal email. So email me. I will try and buy the cards off y'all. But we're gonna continue with this. I am trying to get a job, that's why. So yeah. Anyways, we've got one Michael the Arc Lightsworn. This is for banishing and milling. I found it's actually pretty good when it's destroyed because you get to just recycle your Lightsworns and gain life points, meaning you're less likely to deck out. We also play one Black Rose Dragon, and this is just another board wipe, of course, which is pretty good. And we've got our one copy of Chambara. Chambara, of course, is, well, it's Chambara. It's an extra attack that can help OTK at times. And yeah, this deck isn't the most consistent. It's not super competitive, but it has its plays essentially. Sorry for all the stuttering. I'm doing this. I am just a bit not in the best mentality right now, so I might be taking a small break from YouTube coming up later. Maybe about a week and a half break at most. So yeah, but that is all for today. Hope you like. Check out my other videos, and this is the Stefano Turtle signing out. Goodbye. Death is coming round like a hurricane.